Right now on Hoosier News Source, President Trump traveled to Indianapolis on Wednesday. We tell you all about his plans for tax reform.
And more about the Woodburn classroom mural controversy.
And I've got a look at this week's warmth and when to expect rain chances to go up. These stories and more. Hoosier News Source starts now.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Hoosier News Source. I'm Sophia Grimsgard.
And I'm Amelia Reynolds. The shooting in Las Vegas left 500 people wounded, killing 59. It's the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Police identified the shooter as Stephen Paddock. He began shooting at 10 p.m. Sunday evening at a country music festival. Terrified bystanders ducked and ran while others cared for the wounded. Police said Paddock had at least 23 firearms in his hotel suite. He lived in a retirement home 75 miles north of Las Vegas, where police found another 19 firearms and other explosive devices. He had no criminal record before the shooting.
Wednesday, I traveled to the Indiana Fairgrounds in Indianapolis to hear President Trump speak on tax reform. Returning to the state that helped secure his victory, Trump depends on Senator Joe Donnelly, a Democrat, to help his tax plan pass in the Senate. The plan would cut personal tax brackets from 7 to 3. 35, 25, and 12%, cutting rates for the wealthiest. He proposes that businesses' taxes also be lowered from 35% to 20%. Trump calls his tax plan a middle-class miracle.
We're here today in Indiana to announce our framework to deliver historic tax relief to the American people.
Trump's plan will need the votes of 8 Democrats in order to pass. The Benton murals in Woodburn Hall, room 100, depicting a historical Ku Klux Klan rally, is causing controversy on campus. Although Provost Lauren Rebel says they are a national treasure that depicts the progression of Indiana history, the room will no longer serve as a classroom. This is because the murals cannot be moved elsewhere. This will go into effect starting the spring semester of 2018.
Controversy is circulating across the country regarding an NFL protest during the national anthem. The protest began in light of incidents of racial injustice across America. Now, IU athletes are giving their take on the situation at hand. Hoosier News Source reporter Andrew Lamparski has the story.
Over the last few weeks, the debate over kneeling during the national anthem grew to new proportions. At a rally in Alabama, President Trump called for the NFL to punish any player who refuses to stand. His statement led entire teams to take a knee in defense of their teammates.
Definitely being on a team and knowing a team atmosphere and aspect, I know the sense of unity, and I know that you always want to back up the person. You always want to, help out your teammates in any way possible.
I'm here outside of Memorial Stadium, home of the IU football team. While much of the kneeling controversy has centered on the NFL, it reaches far beyond just the realm of professional football.
Players initially started to kneel last season, beginning with Colin Kaepernick, a former player for the San Francisco 49ers. Since then, it seems that everyone has formed an opinion on the controversy, including students and athletes here at IU.
I think that they should be able to stand up and say what they believe is right, and I'm all for that, but yeah, I just don't think that kneeling to the national anthem is the solution.
Personally, I think that kneeling is kind of a sign of disrespect towards our nation and what our soldiers have gone through.
President Trump continued to fuel the controversy this past week when he tweeted, "The NFL has all sorts of rules and regulations. The only way out for them is to set a rule that you can't kneel during our national anthem."
I don't think that they should. I think it's something that is just going to happen and we have to live with it, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it.
While it is unclear how long this debate will continue, it's not showing signs of slowing anytime soon. For Hoosier News Source, I'm Andrew Lamparski.
Just this past weekend, President Donald Trump once again called for players to stand for the national anthem. The conversation still continues on Twitter regarding the NFL protest. One of IU's most popular alum is using a private plane to help Puerto Rico. Billionaire Mark Cuban owns the Dallas Mavericks, and he's loaded the team plane with supplies that J.J. Barea, who is a Mavericks player and Puerto Rico native, will deliver. He plans to drop the supplies off, pick up his mother and grandmother, and return home. Rapper Pitbull is another celebrity who's lending his personal plane to help victims of Hurricane Maria. Coming up, a look at the forecast for the week ahead.
Plus, an inside look at the first Bloomington driverless bus.
All of that and more coming up. Stay with us.
It's an honor to be here.
After suffering a season-ending injury in late March,
as you can see behind me.
Parking changes are in full effect in the white lot at Memorial Stadium. The lot is next to an X bus and an A bus stop, and it's a popular place for students to leave their cars. With the new rule, students can park in the lot but can't leave their cars at night. Cars that were left in the lot overnight would take up space the next day, which made it difficult for students and faculty to find parking.
Frustrating to have to pay for a parking pass and then still have to park minutes away from the bus stop when other people leave their cars right in front of the bus stop overnight all week that don't utilize the bus stop.
For more information on the parking changes, head to the IU parking website.
Kirkwood shut down this past Thursday and Friday, causing a lot of commotion. Hoosier News Source reporter Courtney Sisk tells us why.
Kirkwood was closed down Thursday and Friday so Bloomington could introduce a new technology, a driverless bus. The EZ10 is a driverless electronic shuttle with 6 seats and a maximum speed of 25 miles per hour. It can also accommodate wheelchairs.
We had 10 days notice and they said, well, we can make it to Bloomington if you want. We're like, yes, come on. So we pulled this together in 10 days and thrilled to have so many people out here on Kirkwood today enjoying this opportunity to ride a driverless bus for the first time.
Easy Mile is a French-based company. They offered free rides to the public on Friday.
So I'm on the bus right now, and there is no wheel and there is no driver. It operates by itself. Seats about 12, and Bloomington is actually the first city in Indiana to have this kind of demonstration.
A few kinks still need to be worked out, as the bus can't yet comprehend stop signs and one-ways.
For me, what's really exciting is the bus, you know, as you can see, like it's not that much bigger than a normal car, but it's totally electric, it's autonomous, and so what that means is we could run more routes to more places more frequently.
Fast Forward Bloomington is a city-sponsored initiative aimed at highlighting the potential impact of cutting-edge technology. According to the Bloomington Transit, EZ10 has logged 100,000 miles without a single accident. For Hoosier News Source, I'm Courtney Sisk.
The bus still has a long way to go before it's ready for the tight roads in Bloomington.
Many IU sports teams were back in action this weekend. IUS-TV sports reporter Andrew Walker joined us in studio with the highlights. Andrew?
The Hoosier football team was back on the field last Saturday for a Big Ten matchup in Happy Valley against Penn State. Indiana lost 45-14, but showed flashes of a comeback when in the second quarter, the Hoosiers scored 14 unanswered points. But it wasn't enough as the Hoosiers' record dropped to 2-2 overall and 0-2 in Big Ten play. The #1 Indiana Hoosier men's soccer team was back on the pitch on Saturday when they hosted longtime rival Santa Clara. The Hoosiers tamed the Broncos 5-0 and outshot them in the process, with the Hoosiers having 13 shots on goal compared to Santa Clara's 2. The Hoosiers' record improves to 8-0-2, and they will be back on the pitch against Penn State October 7th. The women's tennis team kicked off their season by hosting the Hoosier Classic from Friday, September 29th to Sunday, October 1st. Indiana hosted 4 schools from out of state, and juniors Madison Apple and Natalie Whalen went undefeated for the weekend. The Hoosiers will be back on the courts for the ITA Ohio Valley Regional in Murfreesboro, Tennessee on October 12th. That's all we have for a look at sports. Back to Sophia and Amelia at the desk.
Thanks, Andrew. Brett Waltz now joins us with when to expect rain in this week's forecast. Brett?
Thanks, Sophia. And the rain chances will be starting this Wednesday. If you look at our hourly forecast for Wednesday afternoon, 2 p.m., we are going to see about a 50% chance of showers. That will start to decrease as the day goes on. About a high of around 82 80 about 5 p.m. However, rain chances will return on Thursday with isolated showers and storms, especially in the morning and evening time. If you take a look at our Thursday forecast, we're going to have a high about 81 degrees, and we will see isolated showers and storms, especially in the morning and evening hours on your Thursday. 50% chance of rain. Not everybody will see the rain, but many in central Indiana will see some showers and thunderstorms on your Thursday. Winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour, but overall, with that rain, you've just got something to watch out. You need to bring an umbrella just in case. These rain chances in the forecast are due to a stationary front that is going to be located just north of our area. If you take a look at the late week setup, you can see we have this front across the Midwestern region of the United States. And then you have this high pressure to our south. This front wants to move to the south, but because of this high pressure in our area, it stalls out over us and it leaves rain chances for much of the week, especially north of our area. Now, we do need the rain, and much of the area north of us will see it, but we're going to be right on the edge of that heavy rain to light rain line. While this front will linger in our area to our north this weekend, it will finally start to move out this Saturday. If you take a look at our Hoosier game of the week, where the Hoosiers will be taking on Trosstown Southern at 3:30 at Memorial Stadium, we're going to see 78 degrees at about 1 p.m. And as that front starts to sag south, we'll see temperatures drop to 72 with rain chances steady throughout the day. 40% chance. So if you're going to be at the game, make sure to have a poncho handy, stay warm and stay dry as that temperature does start to drop down a little bit into the evening hour. We will warm back up as the upper level high pressure moves back into our area on Sunday, but another front brings rain chances and more typical fall weather, and you can see how that cooling trend starts beginning next week. Sophia, Amelia, back to you.
Thanks, Brett. That's all we have for you this week. For more campus and local news, visit our website at iustv.com.
And like us on social media. Like us on Facebook at IUSTV News and follow us on Twitter at Hoosier NW Source.
From all of us here at IUSTV, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.